trying to see here. Okay, let's turn there. Okay, it says that I am live and I want to be able to see. Um, I can't see everything. Let's see. No. Okay. Hello, everybody. So today we are talking about 8 reasons why you don't like cooking. Okay, I'll say that again. We are talking about 8 reasons that you don't like cooking. Now, for some reason, I think YouTube had it posted as it was just it said 3 o'clock, but it is 5 o'clock, and so today I am on and it is live at 5. So thank you for your like, thank you for tuning in. Once again, we are talking about 8 reasons why you don't like to cook. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each and every reason, and then we're going to delve in and talk about each reason. Okay, have you ever had something burning up inside of the kitchen and it was burning up so bad that the alarm went off? Okay, so maybe those are some reasons why you may not enjoy cooking that much. But we are going to, and I am going to get to the comments below just as soon as we go through those 8 reasons. So we'll have some commentary, we'll have things to talk about, but you are welcome to share. I love your comments and I love your interaction. I love your feedback. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for tuning in because we are talking about a good topic today, a hot topic, a relevant topic, okay, about cooking. Also, look at my playlist on cook. I have plenty of videos there to share, okay? But again, before you do that, I just want you to understand the 8 reasons why you don't like cooking. So I'm going to go through each and then we're going to talk about them, okay? So number one is, and I'm just going to take this out of the little bracket that I have, okay? Number one is you eat out too much and fast food is addictive. That's number one. Number two, you don't practice hypnosis. We're going to talk about that, okay? That's an interesting one. You're going to want to stay tuned for that, okay? Number three, you don't want to sweat your hair out. Those of us that have hair, okay? Stay tuned. We're going to talk about it, okay? Number three, number four, you have low energy in the creativity area, and it takes creativity when cooking, okay? Number five, your nails get in the way. We're talking about 8 reasons you don't like cooking. Number six, you don't like the long lines at the grocery store. Press a like if that is something that you believe. You don't enjoy the long lines at the grocery store. Number seven, you don't like washing dishes. Okay. And I am including myself. I'm totally relevant. I totally understand. I'm totally relatable. I'm there. We're there together. But we have to put all these things together. If we are going to build solutions to our everyday situations, we have to talk about the things that matter, the things that are relevant. So this is what today's blog is all about, okay? Then number eight, your pantry is organized, and I have two. Your pantry is disorganized, okay? We're going to talk about each of these. And then number nine, I put two bonus ones on there, okay? Number nine, you don't have time to watch cooking videos. And we're going to talk about that. And then number 10, the onions make your eyes cry. Okay. So these are the 8 reasons why you don't enjoy cooking. And we're going to talk about each. So let's get into the topic today. One reason, the first reason why you don't enjoy cooking is because you eat out too much and fast food is addictive. Okay. So that's number one. Let's move on to number two. Number two is you don't practice hypnosis. Now, this is something that I learned. We as human beings are creatures of habit, okay? we have learned in this day and time, there is a certain thing that is very effective, and it is called affirmations. Okay. Sometimes you just have to look yourself in the mirror and say, I like cooking. When my children will come home, I will be laid out on the couch, and I am so serious. I will type in a YouTube video about affirming to my mind that I like cooking. Okay. All the commercials, all the media is encouraging you to eat out, fast food, even though we have a health epidemic, and a lot of the reasons for our health concerns is because of what we are consuming. But it is not going to encourage you to cook at home. It's going to encourage you to eat fast food. So you have to practice affirmations. So that is number two. Practice affirmations. Tell yourself, oh, I love cooking. Oh, this is so wonderful to me. I am tapping into my creative areas of my brain. I am working with my hands. This is enjoyable. So you have to affirm yourself. So the second reason why you don't like cooking is because you don't affirm yourself enough, and you need to practice hypnosis. Okay. Number three, the third reasons why you don't like cooking is you don't want to sweat your hair out. Okay. So when you go in the kitchen, you have this pot of rice and the steam is bubbling up and it's heat in the kitchen. Okay. So you are concerned about your hair sweating out. Again, those of us who have hair. Okay. And when I did have my long hair, I was concerned about sweating out my hair, because I'm going to tell you, as long as you're standing over a stove and standing in front of an oven, it is going to be pretty steamy in there. Even if the air conditioner is on, you are going to end up sweating. It's an old saying that says, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. And it is very real, and it is very true. So that is the third reason why you don't enjoy cooking, because you don't want to sweat your hair out. The fourth one is you have a low energy in the creativity area. When you go into that kitchen and it's time to put that meatloaf together, you have to think about all the different seasonings, and your brain has to have a spatial awareness where you are putting enough seasoning. Sometimes you're putting too much seasoning, sometimes not enough seasoning. And so you have to be creative. If you're going to use a usual blend of seasonings, is not just your salt and peppers, but you have your onions and your bell peppers, and you have to decide if I'm going to slice those bell peppers or if I'm going to chop those bell peppers. Okay. And so cooking requires a sense of creativity, okay? And because you are not tapping into your creative uh, portions of the brain enough, then it's just not getting stimulated. It's not firing in the creativity area. And once again, cooking requires your creativity, okay? So that is the fourth reason, low energy in the creativity area, okay? So we're talking about today 8 reasons why you don't like cooking. So number 1, we said you eat out too much. Number 2, you don't practice affirmations. Number 3, you don't want to sweat your hair out. Number 4, low energy in the creativity area. So let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is your nails get in the way. Uh-oh. See, I'm picking at people, okay? And that's not good. It really is not good. You know, when you go in there to put your meatloaf together, not only do you have to be concerned about chopping your bell peppers and your onions and getting your salt and pepper in there, but now you have to dig into solutions, because if we don't have solutions, then what? Our problems just go amiss. They go awry, okay? All right. So let's see. So we said our nails get in the way. So that is the 5th reason why you don't like cooking. Then number 6 is you don't like the long lines at the grocery store. Today, talking about 8 reasons why you don't like cooking. You don't like those long lines at the grocery store. You go to the grocery store, and first of all, you get into the parking lot and you can't find a place to park. And then you get into the store and you tell one child, you got two kids with you, and you tell one child to go stand in lane 2, one child to stand in lane 3, and you go stand in lane 4, and whoever gets there first, then we just gonna cut everybody in line. You are not enjoying the whole process, okay? It's just like how the saying goes, don't just enjoy the destination, but enjoy the journey, enjoying the process. See, cooking is a whole host of objectives, a whole host of responsibilities that go along with cooking. Okay, you got to buy the groceries. Then once you buy the groceries, you got to make sure that you got enough money to keep the groceries. Then you got to buy the groceries. Then you got to drive home in the traffic when it's hot. You got to make sure that ice cream is not melted, so you're trying to get home on time. Then you got to go home. You got to put the groceries up. You got to sort through the groceries. You got to make sure everything is put into the right place. Make sure nobody puts the ice cream in the refrigerator and nobody puts the canned corn inside of the freezer. So it's a whole process. So I call, the aspect of cooking that comes along with homemaking. Baby girl, you are a hero. Pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back, because you are doing all of this. A lot of times, the reason why homemakers, feel a little bit lonely is because they don't give themselves enough credit. You need to give yourself credit for all that you do, for all that you are, for all that you mean to your family. Okay. So, talking about 8 reasons today why you don't like cooking, and we said you don't like the long lines at the grocery store. Let's move right on to number 7. Number 7, you don't like washing dishes. Once again, cooking is a multi-layered task. It's not just one thing, but it's several things. And that's why the more kids you have, the more you're able to designate responsibilities. So I may go to the store, and sometimes I let one of the middle boys, I let them do some grocery shopping. And I just sit over at Starbucks and I wait till they get there. And then I go make sure that they purchased everything correctly. And then I'll pay for everything, okay? And then when we get home, oh, it's a family affair. This is a whole date night. We all are about to go out here and grab some bags and bring them in. We're all going to work together, okay, to make this situation successful, okay? And then we're gonna have the baby girl, the 8-year-old. She's just gonna take all the groceries out and put them on the table, and then somebody else is gonna be putting in freezer food. And that's another thing that I do too, is when I go to the grocery store, I tell them, the checkout person, I say, please put all of my cold food in a paper sack and put all of my canned goods, the dry foods, inside of a plastic bag, so that when I get home, I'll know, okay, I take the paper sacks out, and we have to make sure that we get that cold food, the freezer food, put up first. And sometimes if I go in the daytime and I go by myself, I'll actually get all of the refrigerator or freezer foods out, and I'll leave the rest in the car for the kids. You have to designate or you will lose it. So just a tip for homemakers, okay? You have to designate. So again, today we are talking about 8 reasons why you don't like cooking, okay? So the washing of the dishes. So after you cook, after you eat, after you have enjoyed your meal, one thing that I try to teach my kids is, why don't you go ahead and wash those dishes out before you start eating? I'll tell you, if you make a pancake, okay, make your pancake, set it to the side, put something over it so it won't get cold, but go ahead and clean up your kitchen so that once you sit down and eat, you can eat and it's all clean and nice. Your table is wiped off, okay? But the multitasking that goes with cooking is one reason why you don't enjoy this task, okay? So we're talking about it today, and you comment below and tell me, do you agree with some of these things, okay? Can you feel me? Is it relatable? Is it resonating, okay? Now, let's move on to number 8. Okay, one thing that my mom taught me is that if you don't enjoy the task at hand, then it feels more like work. Okay, if you are enjoying what you're doing, it's less like work. Does that make sense? Okay. So another reason why you don't like cooking is because your pantry is disorganized. When I come into my kitchen, the last thing that I want is to place my ground beef inside of the pot. And now I have to search for 5 minutes for my salt and pepper. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to have to turn my heat off. Why did my dog just scare me? She always is Bobby. She was under my feet a few minutes ago. But one thing that you got to do is you're going to have to, hey, pretty girl, is you're going to have to find that salt and pepper. And one thing, I have my pantries very organized. We're talking about 8 reasons why you don't enjoy cooking. Now, if you reverse some of these things, you're going to find that is going to become a duty that is going to become more enjoyable. And why is that important? Because at the end of the day, money just can't buy everything. It cannot buy a full stomach. Okay, we have to eat. That is next to wearing clothes. Next to clothes is eating. That's one thing that everybody is going to do every day in life if they don't do anything else. Even above having sex, they are going to eat. That man is going to eat. When he come home, you can have on the shortest shorts and be looking the sexiest that you can. But if his stomach is hungry, he may not be thinking about you at the moment. He may be wanting to fill his stomach, okay? So I'm picking again, but these are just some realities. We are talking about 8 reasons why you don't like cooking and why you can use some of these tools to help reverse that situation so that you will enjoy the labor of love of cooking for your family. Okay, because y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, fast food prices, they are not getting any cheaper, and the quality of the food is not getting any better. So you have two things that are occurring simultaneously in our day and time. The quality of the fast food is getting lower and the prices are getting more expensive. And that aspect, those dynamics, they are not going to change. So we are going to have to learn ways to enjoy cooking. Okay. And so these, once again, are 8 reasons why you don't enjoy cooking. And so if you keep them in mind and reverse some of these things, you may begin enjoying the process. So we are on number 8. Get that pantry organized. Get that refrigerator organized. It's nothing worse to another layer of duty when it comes to grocery shopping and cooking is you got to keep that refrigerator cleared out. You got to keep that refrigerator cleared out. Okay. So we are on number 8. Your pantry is disorganized. So get that organized and you may enjoy your duty much easier. It'll be so easier. Where's the garlic powder? Oh, there it is. I have all my seasonings and they're in, things are in alphabetical order and they are labeled, and all of my salt and peppers are in a certain place, and all of my sauces are in a certain place. All of my canned goods are in a certain place and they're in alphabetical order. That makes it so much easier. And then the process goes by so fast. I'm in there and within 30 minutes, I have this whole gourmet meal on the table. I'm capping a little bit here, but y'all bear with me. Okay, y'all hanging there with me. Okay. So, yes, absolutely. Okay. So number 9, and I teach my children these things too. This is my KK. She's sitting in with me today. I love them to hear some of my talks and what I have to say, because this is information that I am instilling in them. I want all of my girls to be housewives, okay? And I want all of my sons to take care of their wives. That is important to me. That means a lot to me. These are values that I have, and I want to instill them in them, okay? All right. So y'all hanging out with me, all right? All right. So then number 9, another reason why you don't enjoy cooking is because you don't have time to watch the cooking shows. Let me tell you, there is nothing more inspirational. And I'll be totally honest with you, I love soul food. Okay, so every cooking station just doesn't do it for me. There are some things that I know I will cook. One thing that I focus on is I focus on the basics: mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, your Thanksgiving meals, your Christmas meals, your holiday meals, your red beans and rice, all those basic things that everybody eats. Chocolate souffle, manlay. Nobody knows what that is. And so more than likely, if I never know how to cook that, people won't know that I'm not a gourmet chef. But people that know how to put together the basics, that know how to put together everyday meals, you need to know how to cook plenty of meals with ground beef. Hey, sometimes in this day and time, we have to penny pinch at the grocery store. You need to know how to cook plenty of meals with ground beef. You need to know how to cook plenty of meals with chicken, because those are your lower cost meats, okay? But so if I just know the basics, no one will ever know that I'm not a chef. They'll say, oh man, she can cook, simply because she knows the basics. She knows how to bake chicken. She knows how to fry chicken. She knows how to make potato salad. She knows how to make a salad. She knows how to make, the basics, the green beans, your corn, how to season some of your basic foods, okay? So again, we're talking about 8 reasons why you don't like cooking, okay? And once again, we need the inspiration. Cooking shows is just like number 2 about the hypnosis and the affirmations. You have to affirm to yourself the joy of cooking, to bring back the joy of cooking into your life. And so when you see those videos, again, it's inspirational. It can help you be more creative in the kitchen, because you not only want to be cooking healthy meals, but you want creative meals. You don't want to cook the same thing all the time. And I guarantee you, if you have a month worth of foods, good foods on your menu, your family will not know that you are repeating the menu the next month, because it's been a month since they had spaghetti, okay? So these are some things, again, if we can reverse some of those reasons why we don't love cooking, it may bring back the joy of cooking. And once again, why is that important? Because everyone eats, no matter what we do. I mean, we eat more than we have sex. We eat more than we exercise. We eat more than we go to work. We have to eat. Most people eat at least 3 times a day. And so we're going to need to enjoy cooking. And once again, the lines in fast food lanes are not going to get any slimmer, so we're going to have to bring it home. Sometimes I think to myself, oh, that's one thing that I just don't enjoy doing, is sitting in a fast food line waiting. I'll be like, okay, I could have made 10 cheeseburgers by the time they fix this double cheeseburger for me, and then it's little bitty. When I get through, I'm not full. I got a kind of appetite and stuff, but you just don't got no leftovers. So it's so many reasons why it's important to go back to enjoying cooking, okay? All right, so then number 10, okay, and this was the final of the bonus ones. See, even your dog gotta eat, I can get him some of them Vienna sausages, and he's good. Or she's good. That's Zoe, okay? Now, number 10, okay, this is the final for the bonus one, okay? I want you to like this video. I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my playlist. I'm having to scream over the people in my house. I want you to check out my playlist on cook, okay? So it is a lot of good, easy recipes, quick recipes. Hey, we live in 2024. We got to be on the move. We got to be on the move, okay? So we don't need people sitting at the table. Let's eat. No, we want to go ahead and get in the kitchen, get it done and over with. And I'm telling you, I used to love this show, even though I don't copy all of her meals, because she doesn't really cook a lot of soul food, but it's called 30-minute meals. And the reality is it takes about 30 minutes, and then about 15, washing up those few dishes, sweeping the floor, setting the table, and you in there and you out of there, okay? And you got a meal going for your family, and you didn't have to sit through the drive-through line and your car is running hot and all that kind of stuff, okay? So the last one says, we need to be strong women. Back in the day, they used to call her Big Mama. It was a reason why they called her Big Mama, because Big Mama, she just had that strength and that energy and that fervor. I need you to stop, because I'm online, okay? Kids, goodness gracious, Lord have mercy. Did I really have to tell her that? Okay. So we need to be strong in this day and time. The onions make your eyes cry, baby girl. You got to toughen up. You got to endure some pain. You got a whole husband. You done had you going to have a whole 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. You going to go through that labor. You got to deal with some pain. And baby, sometimes you got to learn. I can teach you, I have some videos out there and where I'm cutting the onion, and I will teach you how to cut an onion in a way where it won't make you tear. But one reason you don't like to cook is because you can't deal with a little bit of pain to go along with it, okay? You know, once again, sometimes you got to hurry up and get that pot, and then, you know, if it's a cast iron skillet, sometimes it'll kind of blunt you, burn you a little bit. You know, you got to deal with the pain, baby girl. You got to deal with the pain. They say that a lot of women, you know, we can deal with pain. We have a greater tolerance for pain. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? I heard that was the way that God created us. So hallelujah. Okay. So the onions, okay? So 8 reasons why you don't like to cook. And one of the last ones says the onions make your eyes cry, okay? And then, oh, I did have one more. I had one more bonus one, and it says you don't want to turn. I'm so silly, y'all. This one says you don't want to turn the stove on because it gets hot in the house, and you spend all of the money on makeup, and so now you can't afford the light bill. Okay, so I'm always being silly. I'm just picking. But what I'm saying here is you got to make sure that you have time management. It's not, sometimes they'll come in and go out. And so yes, and so you have to watch the money so that you won't be concerned about the light bill, because if you're concerned about the light bill, then when it's time to turn the stove on, you have a problem. You got a whole set of concerns over here because the stove and the oven is making the house hot, and it's making the air conditioning go off, and it's making your electricity bill go up. So that is another topic on money management. But today we were talking about the 8 reasons why you don't like cooking. So we'll go back through them again. All right. They were: you eat out too much, you don't practice affirmations, you don't want to sweat your hair out, there is low energy in the creativity area, your nails get in the way, you don't like the long lines at the grocery store, you don't like washing dishes, your pantry is disorganized, you don't have time to watch the cooking videos, and the onions make your eyes cry. And because you spent all the money on the makeup this month, you are concerned about the light bill, so you don't even want to turn that stove and oven on. All right? So now, these are the 8 reasons why you don't like cooking. And once again, if we work on them and reverse some of them, we may change that whole dynamic in our household. Okay, I love you. Like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and comment below about your thoughts on some of the reasons why you don't like cooking, but better yet, what you are planning to do to reverse some of these dynamics in your own household. As I always say, peace and love. Mom! That's what you get for spraying oil on me.
And you put this stuff on me.
Do it again, go slack.
You're next.
I'm next for what?
Getting slapped.